Hey y'all, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Come on, I'm in my phone playing. I'm here. Give me 1 second. here. I am here. You know, I gotta have both my devices on. Okay, great. You see music all. Thank you guys. Thank you all for being here on tonight. Made a club for the overcoming obstacles with my guest. It's gonna be my sis misunderstood. So I thank you there and showing me some love. The ones who support me, I really appreciate. The ones who's gonna be watching the replay somewhere down the line, I appreciate you as well. I know everybody. It's a Friday night. You know, it's nice outside. Um, People, you know, it's doing things now. You know what I'm saying? Doing things now, especially the weather. It's beautiful. I know it's beautiful here in Ohio. It's supposed to rain all weekend though. And I'm supposed to have go out to go get my plants on this weekend, but I should have went today. But I didn't go today. But anyway, hey Jill Comfort Zone, welcome. Hey She, we are here. It's always good to see you, my brother. It's good to, you know, so good to have brothers in your life. You know, check. Um, Hello Jill Comfort Zone. Hey M Shantae, and happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms out there this Mother's Day weekend. You gotta go check out my community wall. My little grandson had made me a plant, a Mother's Day plant, and wrote me a little card out saying Happy Mother's Day. And I had, you know, I had it shared. Got me a little peck of seed. So I'm gonna grow those plants too. I'm going shopping tomorrow. Like I said, plant shopping tomorrow. I'm gonna use that. So I'm so excited. So let me get this banner down from here. And what a wonderful blessed day. So it's good to see you guys all here on tonight. You know, this is something special for me, overcoming obstacles. When people had overcome addiction, whatever addiction of their choice was, you know what I'm saying? And where they was years ago, where they was last year, where whenever it was, they are a new person today, okay? And they overcame it. And so I thank God for my sis, you know what I'm saying, misunderstood. We've been friends, some of you guys don't know, since 2019. We have been close friends. Off on YouTube and off YouTube, we communicate a whole lot. Okay, and I've seen her ups and downs, and she's a very strong woman. But I'm not gonna tell her story. She's gonna tell her own story. Okay, so welcome to my home where it's safe haven up over here. This house is covered with God, so thank you, God, for always blessing me, even though I might slip at times. Get in front of let my spirit man um, sometimes don't lead my way. I want to lead. I put my flesh man in front of me at times and let him lead the way. So, I'm only human. Okay, I'm only human. Okay, but I still love God. I still believe in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit in His house. So please respect the God. I am for at least to the ones who do not know me and to the ones who do know me. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is my baby, this is my brand, and this is my home. You know what I'm saying? So I only can protect my home. I cannot protect nobody else's home. I only say the do's and the don'ts here. Okay, that's the only thing I can do. I know I'm moderators in other chats, but I don't do nothing in nobody else chats unless they tell me to. Once they give me instructions to do certain things, that's what I do for them because I'm their moderator in their chat. But I only can control my home over here. So please respect me forever, Lisa. I do have mods in my chat, and my mods are very respect, very humble. You know what I'm saying? And they are adults. Okay, they're not gonna block you because they do not like you. My chat is open up to anybody. That's just who I am. Always been like that. I just can't change for nobody. Okay, I'm my own individual person, and this is how I run my live stream over here in Forever Lisa. Okay, so but if you happen to come in here and you find somebody who you do not like, all you gotta do is block them where you can enjoy the content we're gonna talk to you about today. You can enjoy my host on today. Okay, so definitely I trust my moderator's decisions. You know what I'm saying? So I would deal with it. As a matter of fact, if they block you for a reason. They block you because you was very disrespectful in this chat right here. Okay, so let's come here to show some love with each other, and you know, and chit chat with each other as we hear misunderstood when she get ready to talk. Okay, so as you guys, you know, you are in the Royal Jewels Palace room. Okay, which is safe haven over here. Like I said, I only can protect you here in this chat over here. Okay, I will not let nobody disrespect you here. Okay, um, where it's real talk with real people in real life. Okay, you will see God's love, peace, joy, happiness, unity, and respect over here. Okay, and I want to put my little warning signs up. This I believe in, and I know it do work for other channels. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to work for me. You know, one day soon as well. So let me go ahead and put my mine's up real quick. Hold on. Here it go. My my monetize. This channel is monetized. Okay, no one is permitted to play this video on your platform or anyone else's platform without my permission, or you will be flagged, or wherever YouTube would do, I will have to just give it to YouTube, okay? Especially my overcoming obstacles, okay? Because these right here are people testimonies. This is things that they went through, okay? I do not want, you know, um, my videos on somebody else's platform for your laughs and giggles, okay? It's not for education purpose. No, a lot of you guys like to do your laughs and giggles, you know, on certain videos, but not on here, because this right here, I will go forth. I will go forth with it. Okay. So I definitely want to put that out there. So I hope that is understood with everybody. Okay. So, and just know that I'm not no preacher, a teacher, a counselor, a therapist, or a doctor. I'm just a willing vessel being used by God for his purpose, not man. And just know that I definitely got to let people know that I'm not no counselor, I'm not no therapist. Everything that we're gonna be talking about is from our own experience. Okay. So if you struggle to do something, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Please go call a place that can help you in your city. Okay, there's all kind of numbers out there that you can look up on the internet, and they can direct you to a number somewhere where you live at. Okay. So you know, if you're a moderator and you're a content creator, you know you're welcome to drop your link to your channel down anytime. I do not discriminate at all. You know you are so welcome. I don't mind it at all. And you guys get a chance, I want to say this real quick. Go check out Demetria Lit All Day. She did a beautiful information on today. On it was today. I put on my community wall. I did share it. It's a call about pride and ego. Okay, it's very nice. You guys go get it. A time to go listen to that. Go listen to that. Okay, it's beautiful. I mean, she got all kind of affirmations out there. You guys just go check her out on her affirmation. She got plenty out there. She got playlists just her affirmation. If you're going through, go through her playlist. One of those affirmation, it's going to help you, because the one that she did today, I needed that today. I really did, and it was nice. I listened to that a few times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very proud of who I am today. I can let nobody change. You know, I cannot let nobody change me, because I am only me. I only can be who I am. Okay, I can let nobody change me. You know, I'm a new person, just moving in different ways. Now I'm using my voice more. Okay, I got to do what I got to do to protect my character. My character. Okay. So we're gonna go with the scripture real quick, and I'm gonna read my. I'm gonna discuss a little bit more, and I'm gonna call Misunderstood up here. Okay. I chose 1 Corinthians 10:13, and it reads, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." Okay? So he will find a way for you to get out of it. Okay? He will help you through. As long as you want that help, he is there for you. Okay? So this video of discussion, overcoming obstacles with misunderstood. As you know, we all has overcame something in our life, whether it was a drug, a broken marriage, gambling habits, whatever it was. It was you had overcame it, and it was and you became victorious. You came victorious and overcame it because you did not give up. Okay, you kept pushing it, even though that urge, whatever it is that had that taste in your mouth, or gambling, whatever it is, you had that urge, but you did not give up. You kept on pushing. You kept on pushing. You kept on saying, "I can do it." Your struggle you went through was a lesson learned. It made you a stronger man or woman in your walk to help someone that has been through the same thing or maybe something different. Okay, whatever you overcame, don't be afraid to speak your testimony. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people gonna talk. Let them talk. Yeah, you think I care? You think I care what people say about me? No, I do not. Okay, or or what you went through. So you may touch someone that is going through a situation at this very moment. Okay, if you are still struggling, don't give up because the best is yet to come. Keep fighting until your victory is won. It's going to happen if you just don't give up. Believe in yourself, and you too can overcome your obstacles. Okay? You can overcome it too if you just don't give up. Trust and believe in yourself. Trust and believe in yourself. Okay? And you um, will not give up. So soon as misunderstood, will hit the link. If you can hear me misunderstood, you can go ahead and hit the link anytime that you want to. I'm gonna continue on talking until I see you behind the stage. Okay. Guys, my earring to fill out. Maybe you guys and shout out to all my members here. That well, it's in their link is in there. It's in the chat. They may be in the bushes watching or in the clouds. I don't like saying bushes. The bushes you be itching a lot, like in the clouds, looking down. Okay, maybe in the clouds watching. If you are, thank you for being here. Watching, and also make go ahead and click their links. Okay, their links is in my chat because they are members. Something I want to give back. I want to give back to them. I want to make sure they shout out every time I go live. If I don't shout their names out, but their links is dropping in my chat every time I go live, and you do not have to be here for your links to be dropped. Okay, for just being a member, that you support me, and I appreciate. I got people that been a member now for one person been a member with me for over 3 years now. Another one, a couple more of them, it's been a member over here for a year, and some, it's a couple months. So I thank all the members, and we definitely gonna be having members meetings, like I said, once a month, which is on Wednesday. It's gonna be next week. It's gonna be next Wednesday. It's gonna be our next members meeting. Okay, and that date is the 17th. Okay, May the 17th at 8 p.m. It's going to be our members meeting. Okay, our members live, not meeting, members live. And, we just talk about a little bit of everything. Only got asked about that. It was said in the Royal George Palace members live. Keep it there. Keep it there. Don't share our stuff out what we talk about. You know what I'm saying? And also, I said it. I will say this again. I say this in plenty of my lives. Is to be careful who you allow to be a member, because some people is not being a member for the right reason. Okay. Some is there just to be nosy, just to see what you're talking about, so they can take it back out. Okay. And to me, that's very disrespectful. Regardless who us content creators probably do not get along, but you shouldn't want members like that into your live stream, okay? Unless you messy too, and you send people to different memberships, okay? So so that is going to be right there. So this is a marvelous Friday. So we're gonna be talking about Miss Ernest says she's gonna tell you her choice of drug choice that she had been on, and she also it's almost a year. You guys, she got 9 more days. 9 more days. She made her a whole year without a relapse. I remember when I first met Misunderstood. That's when she was on the drug of her choice at that time. Oh, she was going through so much on YouTube, you guys, and other people try to mentor her and help her and stuff. But those certain people just let her go. You know what I'm saying? I never let her go. I always stood there with her. I always prayed with her. You know what I'm saying? So don't give up. That's okay. Start back over again. Start back. Because I used to do drugs. You know what I'm saying? So I know how I feel when you really, really want, but you got to have that person, you know, by you. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have nobody by me. I had to kneel on my knees, go to God. I went directly to God. That's who was my strength. My strength was God, and I stayed in the Word. But everybody, needs certain help. Some people need a physical person. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what I had did. So I was there with her. I sent her scriptures. I prayed with her, and she was like, "Oh no, I feel again. That's okay. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. You're gonna get through. You're gonna get through. I just knew she was gonna get through this. And look where she at today, y'all. Look where she at today. You know what I'm saying? She went a whole year, was almost a whole year, 9 more days. 9 more days is her whole year that she made it. She made it. So I thank God for my sis, you know what I'm saying? We talk a lot, so sometimes I need to talk to her. She hear me out. I'll hear her out. And that's what friends are for. You know what I'm saying? To have an ear, for each other. You know what I'm saying? So I thank God for her. So let me see where she at. Because because it's almost 8:30 and it's almost 5. Because I know she's in California. So, she's like 3 hours ahead of me. And and I only want to, and I know she's very busy. She got it's prom this weekend. I got prom tomorrow for my grandson. He's going to prom tomorrow. So and I know it's a busy weekend. And she got her boy, her own life. She got her man. She's spend weekend with. 'Cause they so busy. She's so busy, and he work, and so they get together on the weekends. To see each other. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take too much of her time. So I told her we will be up within an hour time. You know what I'm saying? But let me see where she at. So we can go ahead and get this started. And like I said, I know she's okay. Let me see. She almost done. She said, okay, I'll let her know I'm ready. Yeah, she almost done, she said, whatever. Because she had to go get some pictures or something taken for her her son. So she would be here. So she said she might be a few minutes late, but I told her that I will talk. I'm gonna talk for a few minutes anyway. She said okay, so she know I'm ready. So she should be here any second, y'all. I'm just gonna ask her a few questions like I do, like I did my last couple of people that was my guests. It's the same questions and stuff. I think it's perfect questions because it's the same, different drugs, but the same thing. Okay. For Lisa membership, join this channel to get. Okay, thank you, Gia, for dropping that down. Oh, she was over at Tracy's. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, okay, she should be here. I didn't know Tracy was live. Okay, she should be here shortly. Okay, she here. Hello, Miss Understood. Miss Understood. I did send the link. If you want to come up, I did send it into your phone, into your text. I sent it there. If you want to come up, so we can go ahead and get this started and get this out the way. Okay. Oh, that was good. And then soon I see you behind the screen, I will pull you up. Make sure you look on my phone too, because sometimes let me go in here. Because last time somebody was behind my thing for the longest, so I can look on my phone too. One sec. There she go. There she go. You add her on.
Hey sis,
Hey,
can you hear me?
hey, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear me
Yes, I can
okay?
hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm leaving the
Yes, I
studio. We were
can. Can you
doing
hear me?
photos. I can hear you. I need
Yes, I
to
know.
get into my vehicle. So let me okay, I think it'll be
Okay.
okay. But if I lose my sound, then I will just come right back. But how are you?
I'm doing
Wait,
great. How are you doing, beautiful?
I'm doing okay. Thank you
That's
for having me
good.
over.
That's good. Oh, thank you for coming. Like I said, I was telling that you are a busy woman. You know what I'm saying? You got kids, you got your own life. You know what I'm saying?
And
And so
that
I
was
told
this
them that
thing
you are
I have.
very busy. So
It's life. I was doing. We have my son had photo shoots, and I was bouncing. I try to support people's stream, but I was in your
yes,
clouds just waiting. I was back and forth. I was in your clouds, so I
no problem.
appreciate you.
No
And
problem.
it's going to be quiet in one
I
second. Let me
appreciate
just
you
turn on
too.
my car.
Okay, just let me know when you're ready, and I'll go ahead and
Okay, let me go
start.
on
We're
mute
gonna
real
go ahead and
fast.
start. Okay. Okay. No problem. Hey, 2300. Good to see you. Hope all is well with you. Hope everything is doing great with you. Try to move this over some so I can see. Okay.
Okay, how's my? I'm good now. We're done with our.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound loud and clear. You
Hear
really
me okay?
sound good.
Okay, then we're good. I'm gonna stay in this
Oh,
spot
you're
right here.
lower for some reason. You back sounding good. Okay. You sounding real good.
Okay, as long as I
Okay,
sound
great.
okay,
So
great.
we're gonna go ahead and get started, you guys,
All
because I
right.
don't want to keep her too much longer because like I said, she's a busy, busy woman, and you guys know I'm not long-winded. I get to the point, and that's it. Okay. So Miss
Okay.
Understood. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. These questions that I asked, my guests that I had before. I think these questions, fit right with what, even though we always, had different drugs. A drug is a drug, you know what I'm saying? And some got the same
Mhm.
symptoms, some probably got different symptoms. So we're gonna talk about yours. Okay, the first question I'm gonna ask, and what was your drug choice? How long were you on the drugs, and how long have you been off the drugs now?
Well, to answer the last one first, my year is coming up on May 21st, so I'm excited about that. Methamphetamines was a drug of choice, and it's been 20 years, sis. Besides my pregnancies, 20 years.
Yes. And that's so amazing, misunderstood to hear, because like she said, she was on it for 20 years, you guys. Now you got two children, right? A daughter and a
I have
son.
two kids, so when I
And,
found out
during her pregnancy,
didn't use while I
go
was
ahead.
nursing. Yeah, I didn't use while I was nursing. I was able to manage that. The sad thing is, you don't know the day that you become pregnant. Okay, so that's what it is.
Right,
But I was able to. So
right.
I would say 3 months into her pregnancy, it was interesting because I would start to get really sick and I didn't know what was wrong. But once I found out I was pregnant, I went cold turkey, didn't use anything,
Mm-hmm.
and then I nursed both of my kids and went right back to it. So 20 years
Right,
besides
right.
that.
And that's
Yeah.
a blessing. Yes, because I know a lot. Well, I don't know a lot of people, but I heard of a lot of people that got high during their whole pregnancy, and some of the children was addicted to the drug once the mother, delivered. So that's a blessing that you decide, that you chose to stop once you found out that you was
Yeah,
pregnant.
and I got to keep
That
them.
was
Thank you.
good.
I got to keep them. There was no problems. The only thing that we were worried about was, because the first few months the child's developing, and so we were worried that because you don't know
Right,
the damage that could be
right,
done. But both my kids extremely healthy,
right.
doing well. So,
Exactly.
I'm grateful for
Yes,
that.
exactly. Okay, thinking back to the first time you ever took your drugs. So thinking back, okay, what were you thinking when you decided to try the drug? Okay, and then what did you tell yourself about whether you would get addicted to the drug?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay.
We,
Well,
we,
the first time I willingly took a drug, because the first time I was introduced to it, I was a child. But when I willingly took a drug, it was someone gave it to me. It was actually cocaine, and I started with that. It
mm-hmm,
was interesting because I was actually faking it at first. I wasn't really using it, but then one time this lady noticed that I was faking it. She's like, "What are you doing? You're wasting it." She got crazy on me. I'm like, "Chill," So because I never really used to do it, but then I tried it and
you,
I liked it. I liked it, and so I started to use cocaine, and then I switched over. when I stopped using cocaine,
Yes.
I kicked it with meth, not knowing it was a worse drug, and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. And and I think math of my 10 top drug dangerous drug, I think math is number 9 in the world and number 8 in the United States.
I can believe
Yeah,
it.
math is. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
totally took me down a different path because with cocaine, I think it didn't really mess with my mind
Hmm.
the way that meth did. With meth, I experienced psychosis, and I was no longer able to I was still functioning, but I knew that there were some things within my brain that wasn't right. I knew that there were some things I wasn't supposed to
Hmm.
be seeing, and I was able to still navigate through it. But I mean, some of
Right.
the people that started with me aren't here today, or they lost their minds completely. But it definitely takes a toll on you, and
Hmm.
um during the later years, like when you came into my life, at that point I was in a the meth psychosis was one of the hardest things to deal with because I was just emotional. I got to a point where I really couldn't write, or just not able to function. So yeah, meth is definitely a harder drug, I'd have to
Hmm.
say. You don't know what's in it.
Okay, right. You don't know what's in it. And one thing about, I don't care what type of drug it is, I think all drugs mess with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Um, because that's where it go. Where if you tooting it up your nose, if you smoking it, it's where it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit there first. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay. How do you know you were addicted to the drug
When
when
I
you
tried to
first
quit,
started taking your drug?
trying to
How
quit,
how
I
did
I
you
did it.
know that? Oh,
How did I know was when I tried to stop using it, because at first I just thought, oh, it's no big deal. I use it whenever I want.
mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
it came to when a person, it was actually a pastor of an apostolic church, that was like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
stop using it. This was with cocaine. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to stop, but then I started to use in church and stuff like that. I didn't know that it was that much of a problem. I didn't think it was a big
Right.
deal. I told everybody I would use, so that's when I knew that there was a problem. Is when they asked me to stop, and I became um, trying to be like a part of their family, and they were bringing me into the
Uh-huh.
church life, and here I am bringing drugs with me. So that's when I knew that there was an issue.
Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Yes. Okay. I know somebody got a question in the chat. I was gonna try to hold off all the questions.
Yeah, I can't see
We're
the
gonna
chat. Hi, you guys. I was trying to change my name back to misunderstood, but you guys know.
yeah, she's past her MU. Okay. Are you willing to answer any questions? As long as it's respectful, that's in the chat, but you
Oh
don't have
yeah,
to answer.
I'll answer any question, even if it sounds a little crazy. You just gotta read them to me
Okay.
since I can't see the chat. Yeah.
Okay. 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 This is I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, but it's Scat Matt, Skeet Meat, or something like I don't know. I never seen it before. You probably have. But they said, was all of this after the Navy?
Yes. Yes. After the Navy.
Yes. He said yes, after the Navy. Thank you for serving.
You're welcome.
That's and that's excited, with that with your celebration for your 1 year anniversary coming up, and then Memorial Day is coming up, or thanks for serving our country,
Mhm.
so all that's coming in play for you. Wow.
Yes, and all of these first, like, do I have, we all have Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the
Yeah,
moms.
Mother's Day. Yeah, Mother's
You,
Day.
Sir Lisa.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
all of these experiences sober, I gotta tell you, I'm so appreciative because it's so different. It's just so different. All of it.
Yes. 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 It is. It feel wonderful. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just walking and clean, and you just look back like, wow, God. You know what I'm saying? Look where you brought me from. Look at me today. Yes, that's
Yeah, and
wonderful. Okay.
one of the biggest things is not having to time how long you're out. Not having to
Right.
worry about if I'm out past an hour or 2 hours, I'm gonna start feeling sick or anxious. Not you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some people know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about, but So when he was like towards the end, you're literally in a prison because you for me, it's like, all right, I want to plan an all day event, but I have to plan it with breaks, so I don't have to do that anymore.
Right. Right. Hey, TC. Hey, Demetra, lit all day. Hey, that's okay, Demetra. Thank you for coming in here. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I love you guys supporting my
Thank you
sis.
so much for coming. Thanks for coming to support us. I just shot you out earlier today, Demetra, about your affirmation that you did today. That was so beautiful, you guys. Make sure you guys go on my wall and go watch that. It's only 30 minutes long. I'm telling you, you guys gonna love it. She talked about pride and ego, and I am proud, Demetra, who I am today. That was I listened to that thing twice,
I love
twice
her
today.
affirmations. I usually catch the
Yes,
replays, but because just the times and stuff like
yes.
that. Demetra got me into these online
Hmm.
online meetings and stuff like that I kind of like that I like doing
Yes,
when I get a chance. But the
yes.
affirmations are really helpful. So I'm glad she does that.
They are. Y'all, you guys, if you go check her out, that was beautiful. Okay. Number five.
Oh, I love your
Number
list. You
four.
gotta help me be organized like you. Go ahead.
Who my lips?
No, I like your list.
It
How you
just
come
never.
up with lists. No, I like how you come up with lists, like your points.
Oh, my list. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, girl. You know me. I try to, do my things decent in the order. You know what I'm saying? And some of these
that's
questions is
awesome.
mine. Some of these questions I had to go search and, and find out other questions to ask somebody that was a ex drug user. So it's kind of mixed with mine and other people from all over. And I was using the
It's
same
okay.
ones because I like them. Okay. What happened? Okay, after you realized you were addicted, did you stop taking drugs immediately? If not,
No,
why not?
no. I just didn't want to. I liked it at that time. I just
You
liked it. I
liked
didn't
it.
find anything wrong with the lifestyle, and it.
Hmm.
I felt normal, no pain. I didn't think about things from
Hmm.
my childhood, and I didn't want to ever go back to
Hmm.
feeling emotional pain again. So telling me to stop, my thought at that age, I was in my early
Right.
20s, was where were you when I was experiencing these
Right.
things? Where were
Hmm.
you when I was given these things as a child? Nobody cared, so I didn't care as an adult. I was pretty
Right.
angry. So it took a
Right. And
while.
that's right. And that's
It
how it
just it
was.
just took a while.
Yes. I liked the marijuana. I liked the marijuana. I used to smoke a lot of marijuana, you know what I'm saying, back in my younger days, especially my teen days. I loved my marijuana. And marijuana wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying, at all. But back when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, was, we used to get, we call them dime bags back in the day, or nickel
I know
bags, and you get a
those.
lot back then. And it was all good. But these days, the marijuana, you don't know what's up in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like
That's true.
drugs is not like it was back in my days. Even with when I used to get high with the higher drug, you know what I'm saying? The crack cocaine and stuff, they put anything up in it now. Back then, they didn't put stuff like that back in. I used to lace mines up. We call them primos. Okay, I used to lace my crack up into my marijuana. That's how I got high. That's how I like to get high that way. You know what I'm saying? Mixed minds. I had what they call a double high. You know what I'm saying? But these days, today, you should people should be scared to mess with any type of drug because they mixing up with a little bit of everything, especially fentanyl. Fentanyl. So
You never
got to
heard
be
of
more
fentanyl and
careful.
marijuana. Yeah, now you got to be careful. That's why people are overdosing off of meth as well. You didn't really hear people dying off of that. Bless you.
Yeah.
That and marijuana as well. Fentanyl is in everything, and you don't know what's in it and what's in your drug of choice.
Hmm. Right, right. You don't know. You don't know. Okay. Now, what happened to your relationships with your family and what happened to the relationships with your friends? Okay. And did you abuse the relationships in any way? And what were the consequences if you abused it?
My family didn't really care. My family never really addressed it. They didn't really care. They just were there for me, and we didn't really talk about it. My friends was different. So
Mhm.
I really didn't feel no. If I didn't feel well, I'll just go home. My beautiful mom would just take care of. My
You
mom
faded
would just
out,
take care.
sis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized myself. I was
Okay.
accidentally on mute. My family would just take care of me, and they it just wasn't addressed. But you gotta remember, my family's in Wisconsin, and I used in California, so
Okay.
they yeah they weren't really around it.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Now my
So what
friends,
about your friends?
okay, that would be like you and other people. Um, I didn't really
Mhm.
realize that it was a problem. But that time it was methamphetamines. People online started to talk
Mhm.
about it a lot because I was online using. I didn't think anything was wrong with it, so mm, that kind of became a problem, but not really. So I didn't really
Mhm.
have any friends in real life, so it was mostly just it's just me. Now it did cause problems in
Okay.
my regular life, like my my child's father. Obviously, that was going to be a
Mhm.
problem because it was hard.
Right.
I would have a separate place. I would stay in a separate place to use it, and it was like
Mhm.
literally living a double life, so I could take care of the kids. He had full
Mhm.
custody. I gave him custody because I knew I had a problem, but I didn't really talk to him about it either. So it was just a lot of hiding
Mhm.
at that point. To be able to have my
Mhm.
kids come around them when I was healthy, go to my other place, explain why I have a whole other place. So it was just really complicated.
Mhm.
I always kept a second
Yes.
second home so I could use away from my kids.
Yes. Okay. 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 Did you try to beat the drug addiction by yourself, or like you said, you wasn't around your family? Or did you try to, beat the drug, with your family and friends beside you? And did it with that said, did that work for you? Because everybody's different.
Everybody is
Everybody try to
different.
beat their drug. Yes.
The cocaine I actually
So
went to
did you
rehab
try to?
for. I went to rehab. I mean, and now I
Okay.
got kicked out of all of them. All of them. Not gonna lie. And then I ended up doing it by myself. But I do feel like the little times I spent there, mm, I did it by myself. I've been in and out of rehabs, got kicked out of them, and then the meth, I did that one by myself. Because I never was able to complete any rehab centers. But I can tell you
Okay.
now, um, I did use friends. I talked to people a lot, and I just found it better for me to be a part of life, living life, and trying to use natural stuff like exercising. I do a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Pilates and stuff like that. For me, that's been helping. I didn't like being in the space just talking about drugs all day. I just didn't like it.
Right, right. And which is good, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like you said, exercising, you know what I'm saying, keep your mind occupied. Cause if you just sitting at home alone, you're gonna be thinking about this. So you got to stay busy. Got to stay busy. Like with me, I stayed in the word, I stayed in church, I stayed going, I kept myself busy all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that would, really, really, help me
It
as
does
well.
help, and the church
Okay.
thing, like that, the church thing. I mean, when you started reading scriptures to me, because you were a big part of me even wanting to stay sober. But it brought comfort. The exercise is important because it raises those serotonin and those dopamine levels the same way
Hmm.
that drugs do it. Drugs do it without any work, and with meth you damage your dopamine receptors. So, if you want to feel that high, honest, if you work out, even though it takes longer, but you're going to feel
Mm-hmm.
that effect. It raises the same dopamine and serotonin levels the same way. So I go out and exercise. I have to do that every day, and it keeps me calm. If I
Yes.
don't, then I start having cravings, and not the same way I used to have them.
Right.
But it's different now. It's more like a
Mm-hmm.
want now. Like, okay, my mind isn't
Yeah.
occupied. I'm thinking about the wrong things. I gotta get outside.
Right. Right. Yeah. You definitely have to do that. Okay. During your recovery, um, did you keep your old friends, or did you have new friends now?
I never really. Oh, during recovery. Okay, so that's now.
Your journey.
My friends
Did you
are
keep?
people
Can you
that
keep
you
your?
know. I don't have any old friends. All
Yeah.
my friends are like new friends, and you guys pretty much know them because they're public. I don't have people in my life. I do ballroom dancing, so I have like those. But I have people around me. But as far as friends go, I don't really have any. Besides
Mm, okay.
content creators and stuff like that, which sounds weird, but it is what it is.
Right. Right. Okay. We almost done. Then I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. See if the chat got any
Hmm.
questions. To ask you. Okay. What was a key factor in getting over your addiction?
The last relapse, the last time I messed up, because okay, let me tell you. So not the last relapse, but the one before that one, I was already devastated. Okay, I didn't think I could ever get some time under my belt. When I got a few months under my belt, I relapsed again, and I just felt like I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
gonna make it. I literally thought I was going to die. I wanted to end my life. I just felt like I messed up so bad, and not only that, I got really sick because that
Remember that?
relapse was after I had an overdose the first time, and then for me to go back, I just let myself down so much, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I could make it. Once I started to feel a little bit better, yeah, you remember that
Mm-hmm.
because you would call me every day
Yeah, I
and check
remember.
on me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I said if I ever
Yep.
got past that, then I wasn't going to go back because that was so bad. Not just physically, but how
Yes.
I lost so much during that last time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I remember that. I definitely
Hmm.
remember that. Okay, Miss Ernesta, what is your life like now? And what are the big changes and how you think about your life changes?
Life is great now. I wish I could show y'all. Let me try to show y'all my background a little bit, even though it's not gonna make sense to you guys. Let me turn my camera off for a second. But like, wait, can you see like anything? Because I can't see my camera. Wait a minute.
It's kind of
Like,
like blurry a little bit.
it's
It's
blurry. I can't
like
show
you in
you.
some
Well,
sun.
wait a minute. I think I might need to turn my camera around because what I was gonna show you is like I just work at studios now. I'm always driving. Um, my life is just great because I'm so aware of things, and it's like I'm so busy. I'm not used to that. I got my kids. I always had my
Yes.
kids, but now it's just different. And darn, I was trying to show you guys where I was working at and stuff like that, but it's just good that like I'm able to commit to stuff I never even wanted to work before. I was just comfortable,
Hmm.
and I value my relationships, my friendships, and everything just matters. So I can't, it's like everything
Yes.
is new because when I started, even though I was living life, I wasn't living. And I really feel that from the time you start is where you
Right.
stop growing emotionally and mentally and all that
Right.
stuff. So now everything is new. And I really appreciate that.
Right.
Life is challenging, but it's great.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Okay, last question. Then if anybody in the chat got any questions for Misunderstood, go ahead and put a question mark in front so I know. Put a couple question marks so that way you can stand out for me so I can answer the questions for her. Okay.
Why did you keep
Um, the last one. What
Oh, there you guys
advice
go.
would you tell? You're so beautiful, sis. What advice would you tell someone who is still using and what to be and that they let me get it out. Okay, wait a minute. What advice would you tell someone who is still using and they want to be delivered?
To stop no matter what they're feeling. Stop. It sounds simple, just stop. Your brain is going to lie to you. It's going to tell you, because you become dependent on that drug. So, what I tell people, what works for
Mm-hmm.
me, honestly, is not using no matter what I felt like and just going through the discomfort. I wouldn't sugarcoat it. It's going to be uncomfortable,
Yes.
and you're going to have some really hard days. And you know, but
Mm-hmm.
even though you don't understand what's happening, just knowing that you're not using that substance anymore, your body is healing, your brain is healing. You're supposed to feel those things, but don't listen to your brain at that moment. Just don't use it so your brain can heal a little bit. I mean, you can decide. Don't pick it
Right,
up.
right,
Hmm.
right. So just stop. You know what I'm saying? Don't give
Hmm.
up.
Don't give
Like she
up.
said,
I will make sure y'all
it's
see me
gonna
on
be
that one.
hard. It's gonna be hard. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for letting people see you.
Because
Beautiful.
that's how I
Okay.
mean, so
Okay. Any
I
hey free thinker.
I get shy, but
Okay. Anybody got any questions for Misunderstood?
I know I get shy when I'm not in
Anybody
my
got any
own
questions? I'm
house.
live. I know.
I get shy, but you
Anybody got
know
any
what else?
questions for
Um,
Misunderstood? You can. What's that?
Water, lots of water. You gotta flush your system out. And I know that sounds so simple, but you take in so many toxins. You gotta flush it out.
Yes. Yes. Hello. Nobody. Let me see. I don't see no questions. That means I'm trying to. TC said you're not shy.
I am sometimes. I am. You know what's interesting is the relationship
Okay.
with my oh, can you hear me? Can you still hear me? My relationship with my children. I've always had a good relationship with my children, but just the
Hmm.
things that I'm so much aware of, and I have to allow them to express themselves or talk about things that hurt them. That could be hard
Hmm.
for people, knowing that you did hurt relationships when you do care about the person, because you don't do it intentionally, but people get hurt. And my daughter is 17 years old, and just listening to her, for my daughter, she didn't realize anything was wrong. But what she said was, where did all these rules come from? Because we used to just live and everything, overindulge. Even for me, everything we wanted to do, we just did. Whatever she wanted, I would buy. And
Hmm.
now I say no a lot, or let's talk about this. And so
Hmm.
that's the difference that she noticed. And yeah,
Hmm.
how did I end up
That's
dancing in
good.
Vegas after Navy? I didn't dance in Vegas. I danced in California, and that's a story I might have to come back for, because that came from my traffic days when I was trafficked as a child. It started with the church. I was involved in
Hmm.
a church, and within that church,
I remember
um,
that story.
you remember, so within that church, I was introduced to the adult lifestyle as a
Hmm.
young child. I was not even 10 years old, or was I 10, 9, 8,
Yep.
something, somewhere in there. So I always had that in my
Yep.
background. And so when I got out the military, Lisa remembers me telling that. When I got out of the military,
Yep.
those things still felt normal. So
Hmm.
I opened up an adult um, escort service, and I was dancing, because trying to live a normal life didn't feel normal, because that was
Hmm.
my childhood, and that was how I grew up. Your perception is your
Hmm.
reality. So I ended up, for me, it was very natural. I'm like trying to live this life. I had a mainstream business, but something was just missing, because I
Hmm.
grew up in a church that told me that my calling was to take care of men that could. Now, it wasn't the pastor, it was her son within the church, right? And he said that I was
Hmm.
constantly told that some people are put here to please others, and you're one of the chosen ones. And you put the religious aspect in it. It was a really
Wow.
hard psychological thing to go through, because I was told, if you walk away from it, your life is going to go to hell, and you're not going to be happy. So every time something went wrong, I went
Wow.
back. I could hear those words even
You
in
got
my
sad.
adult life.
Hmm.
So even though I started a mainstream business, I had an event planning business, I've had employment agencies, I still felt the need to have an adult entertainment agency. And I ended up in clubs and stuff like that, because that just felt like the most natural thing to do. And it felt
Hmm.
like that was the calling that I had. I know now it's a lie, but that I felt like that was a calling on my life, and that was what I was supposed to do. So that's how I ended up dancing and doing those things after the
Hmm.
military.
Right. And it's so sad that, a young child, because you can brainwash a young child. 'Cause they still young, you know what I'm saying? And for
Yeah, the
that to
guy
happen
ended
to
up
you
with
as
me and my
as
cousin. And some people don't realize, when that happens, it's not the whole family. We came from a well-off family. That was within my aunt. got with some guy I considered him my uncle, who was a part of this apostolic church, extremely religious, but they told us that we
Mm-hmm.
were set here for these guys, and so they wouldn't cheat on their wives, and we weren't even 10 years old. He ended up marrying my cousin, so she never even got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just weird. That was the point that she was with us. She got older. I ended up developing at a young age, and then he married my cousin. So he divorced her mom, married her daughter, and they just all lived together. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how we had grew up, like in this cult-like environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we just thank God that, and I know you've been through a whole lot, in your own life, and sometimes the things that we go through is just a testimony for us. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lesson to learn for us. That way we can teach other young women um, better life. You know what I'm saying? If we just tell our life story, so they won't have to go through it. But sometimes people just want to go through it, just to be going through. Because I was always told not to do this and not to do that. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to try it for myself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, as a young girl, we don't want to listen to our elders that been through it. You know what I'm saying? Or they knew
Mhm.
somebody that been through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that God is just using you, me, people like Mama Chosen, and anybody else that been through something down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Mama
God is using
Chosen.
us
Mhm.
to help other, not just women, men too, that's going through it. You can do it. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't
I
give
thought
up.
this
And
was a real.
people, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. I'm
I
listening.
was gonna say, I think so. It's like, you can't shame someone on their story that they're willing to accept. And I willingly say it. I do realize that sometimes people try to talk about me, try to ridicule me, call me a meth head or crackhead or whatever. Those things don't bother me because I realize that I'm talking about stuff that some people don't want to talk about, but they're dealing with the same issues. Oh, that looks good. They're dealing with the same
Right.
issues, and for
Yeah.
me, I'm not ashamed to talk about those things. If I'm going to talk about drug abuse and addiction, then I'm definitely going to talk about how it started or the trauma, because you don't just wake up one day, just say, hey, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to use drugs. You can, but to become addicted to that drug, there's a connection between trauma and addiction. What happens to your brain? Your brain and trauma, then you add an
Mm-hmm.
addiction. There's a connection to all of it. So it doesn't bother me to say, hey, you know what? Man, I grew up in this church where this happened. Nobody would listen. Now the pastor would talk about it and say, there's things happening in this church that's not right, that's demonic. But no one stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
No one
Right.
stopped it, and it became
Mm.
this, and we're talking about, it's so there's so many layers, and then you add money on top of it, and
Yes.
nobody would address. No one went to jail. No one. It was just complicated. So as an adult, you telling me not to use drugs, I was so angry at everyone at that point
Mm-hmm.
that there was no one, nothing that anyone could tell me. If I wanted to do it, I was going to do it, and I didn't care what you said. I could afford my own drugs. Church, forget about it. Religion, forget about it, because I seen how it was used to. It was just a lot, and it took years, like well into my 20s, to finally get out of my head that God did not put that calling on my life for me to go out there
That's
and
right.
and
That's
and
right.
be this. They it was really like they mixed in religion a lot. Like they would talk about like Jezebel and talk about concubines and how they're part of Jesus'
Mm.
lineage, and if you want, to be honored, then you're a woman that's supposed to do that. And I'm like, wow. And the fact that this guy then married my cousin, and you gotta remember we were all underage. It was just bizarre. So it took a lot. It took a lot. It took years of
Right.
therapy, and there's no reason for me not to talk about it. I was a child. These adults, I'm not gonna hide what they did.
Mm-hmm.
No. And so I became addicted to drugs, and
Right.
it doesn't make me feel ashamed. That's what happens to children.
Mm.
It's easier to fix a broken child than a broken adult.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why if you notice something, don't
Right.
stay quiet. You help that child. You speak. You give them a voice, because if they grow up, you know, this is what happens. Misunderstood is the result. My
Mm-hmm.
life is no different than anyone else who grew up abused or grew up in some sexualized environment as a child. you grow up to do things like what I did, start an escort service, dance in a club, or use drugs. All of that
Mhm.
stuff is normal for, as a result.
Right.
I hope that made sense, but
Right. Thanks, King JJ, for sharing me out. Appreciate it. But yeah, so nobody got any questions for Miss Understood? Yes, Mama Chosen, she got a trafficking story that she's been through in her life. Miss Understood she's very blessed. You know what I'm saying? She's very blessed to be here. You know, she nothing but a walking testimony. A walking testimony. That's what I call her, a walking testimony. Because so much that she's been through. And I'm just so excited, for her. And so I'm glad that we are connected as friends. And I'm glad that, I seen the troubles that you had, been through. Not the whole 20 years, but at least the past 4 years since 2019 to what I
yeah, and
see
that
right
was the
now.
worst. And
You
you
know what I'm
came
saying?
at a
And you had,
time where I was willing to listen. You came at a time where I was like tired, and I think everything happens for a reason.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, Mama Chosen said, how old were you when trafficking started?
Mm, those memories are a little bit harder, but I was younger than 10, so I would say maybe 9, 10, probably as young as 8. I know that it stopped in that sense when I was a teenager at about 13, just because I was pretty curvy. But by that time, I was introduced to people outside of the church environment, and he took more of an interest in my cousin. So, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, when you was young. I mean, that's sad. When I hear stories like that, it just breaks my heart because it's church and pastors is somebody who he's supposed to go to, you know what I'm saying, to protect us and to talk to us, not to hurt us, you know. And it's sad. You just can't trust people in the church. I ain't gonna say all churches, you know what I'm saying, because there's some good churches that you can go to, but
There's
churches
good
like that
churches, but you gotta watch out
hurts
for who's
other
inside the
religions.
church. Yeah, it was just, and
Yes,
it
exactly.
yeah, it was hard to explain that dynamic. So you had this church where I'm looking at people that seem happy. Extreme apostolic churches are religious, man. And but I was singled out. For some reason, I was singled out. My cousin was singled out probably because he was married to her mom, and I was close to my cousin, and it was in such a way. And don't get me wrong, I love my family, but he would take just me and my cousin out, and these are just red flags that people can look out for because it happens under people's nose. Just take us out, feed us. The boys never would go out. We would eat. I didn't eat steak at that time, but like feed the girls steak, seafood, whatever. The boys are eating hot dogs and stuff like that, just not even taken
Hmm.
care of. And eventually, the guys were kicked out of the house, and it was just myself and my cousin. And we would go out, and this uncle would do all these things to us, and then we go to church, and and they would look at us and compliment. It was just a really bad environment. When I got older, I did try to press charges,
Hmm.
because in the state of Illinois, you got 30 years from the time that you're 18, but it was covered up. And they went after him. I got to give the state of Illinois a lot of credit. They treated it as if it happened yesterday. Um, but it was covered up by
Okay.
the family and stuff like that,
So
so he was
what they
able
do
to get
to
away with it.
them?
They did go out. And because I
Oh,
kept a
really?
diary, I kept a diary from that young age of 8 years old. I had this diary, and the dates and everything I had was so accurate. They did go after him, but my family did ask me to not
Mm-hmm.
pursue it, and then they just didn't cooperate. And so the detective called me and was saying how sorry she was if I could talk to my family because they need something else, but they covered it up, and that's what happened. So he didn't go to jail, which was probably for the best anyway. Okay, I see Lisa's going. Let me try to look at y'all. So yeah, nothing happened to him, but I was just happy that it was out
Yeah,
in the
I'm
open
here.
and I could talk about it. I was able to talk about it, and I was able to tell my family how angry I was that they didn't help me with the charges, but they said that God will take care of it. I said, well, God uses people on earth to help. And there was a young child in the house, and I think that's one of the reasons my family didn't want to go through with it, because they were going to remove the children from the house. It was a really big thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mama Chosen said, was it hard for you to trust after going through that? And is it hard for you now?
No, I developed a dissociative disorder because growing up, I also went through my biological father was an alcoholic, and we were actually taken out of the house. And I didn't realize at the time, but I had a dissociative disorder, so a lot of it, I don't know if you guys know what that is. They used to call it multiple personality disorder. I developed that, and no, it's not hard to trust now. It's hard not to disassociate when I'm not comfortable. It's yeah, no, it's not really that hard to trust from my childhood. More so how I was hurt these last few years. Those kind of things bothered me as I started to get better. But growing up and stuff like that, I don't really. I see it as life. So no,
Mhm.
if you're nice to me, I'm nice to you back. I think the hardest things would have been relationships. What was normal in a relationship, not knowing healthy boundaries, just thinking things were just normal, because I was very exposed as a child. So those are
Mhm.
things that I still struggle with. Even at this big age, I still struggle with stuff like that.
Thanks, Uno. I don't know if you call yourself Uno or you know. Thank you. Okay. Okay, what the free thinker said. Wow, family asks you to hide. Okay, she says, wow, family asks you to hide what? She said, what happened to you? That's wrong. That what
Yeah,
she
because
said.
of the consequences within the family, the
Um,
because of what would have happened. They just said let God deal with it, and it would be taken care of. So that's what it was.
welcome, simply, sweetheart. Peace and blessings to you. Okay, free thinker said, can you explain more about what did hold on, put this back up. Can you explain more about what um
Oh, DID looks like
DID,
when it
what it
shows up. Okay,
looks
that's
like when
dissociative
it shows
identity.
up?
Yeah, that's dissociative identity disorder. Okay, so some people. Okay, so if you. Okay, so most people don't recognize it, but if you're around someone, like there's a shift. So you call it like an altered state of mind. You're in an altered state. For me, people notice
Mhm.
your speech pattern may change. Uh, like your speech pattern may change. You may notice someone like right before a switch is a switch in personality. You may look off in a different direction. There's different signs. You can definitely tell if you're around a person a lot. Other than that, you may not notice. They may just seem like extra hyper. If I'm tired, I can stay up for extreme numbers of hours. I can stay up late like a
Mhm.
lot. It's just because I'm consciously switching in between an altered state. That's
Hello,
what it
Miss
will look like.
Naturally. Welcome.
You will look you
Mhm.
a lot of times, I mean, we're hyper, but we're not really hyper, but it's often misdiagnosed for ADHD or other stuff. Sometimes people think it's schizophrenia. It's not, because we're actually highly intelligent. And a lot of your CEOs, if you professionals, have dissociative identity disorder. They're very high functioning. You have to be high functioning to be able to have to be high functioning to manage that way. But if you're ever around someone, they just may seem very energetic. But there are some details you may ask them where they may not remember, because a person that has DID can be different. You'll see yourself as different ages, or can be male or female. Like those are little things that therapy can help with. That's kind of a complicated question. But on the outside looking in, the person will just seem hyper
Okay.
and may not remember small details. So some things may seem inconsistent. Just depends on which ulcer holds that memory. So you'll notice what we call a
Okay, I'm
switch.
read. I'm gonna read this real. Oh, okay. I'll read this real quick. I got this from online. It says meth is the, like I said, it's the number nine dangerous drug in the world, and it's number eight in the United States. It's classified as a stimulant, as fluctuated in popularity. It has distinct crystal shaped form and extremely high rate of addiction. It says the CDC cites meth overdose of 1,887 individuals in 2011, increasing to 3,747 overdose in 2014, and escalating to 6,762 in 2016. Additionally, nearly 21% of meth related death included the heroin use. That's a lot. That's just
Wow.
the math of it. I'm quite sure
Wow.
each drug got a different percentage and numbers. And this is just the math I had just read from an article, and I wanted to clip it here. So since your drug use was the math, that's why I was focusing
Wow.
on that. But yeah, that's a lot, and that's just from, they said, from 2011 to 2016. So we really don't know what it is today. It might be more today,
Might
or it
be
might be
more.
less. I don't know.
Yep.
This was just for those years right there. So they still missing 2018 all the way to 2023. They still missing that. I hope that was a firecracker. Okay, Free Thinker says, let me post this up. I believe this is why people accuse you of being high when you are sober. They do not recognize you, that you still have this, I can't pronounce that word.
Dissociative identity
Identity
disorder. We just you
disorder.
can call it
Okay,
DID.
the DID.
DID. Yeah, and the
Okay,
comment
DID.
before, I don't know if you see Free Thinker's comment before that one, if you can highlight that. But let me ask, Free Thinker is absolutely right. And a
Okay,
lot of
let me see.
people,
Okay, there you go. Okay,
yeah, you lose track of time because you
okay, there
experience
you
things
go.
in one. Yeah, you lose track of time because you experience things in one personality, and when asked another personality, you won't know the answer or timeline. That's why I tell people I don't even try to do timelines. Um, I've been at a lot of therapy with this lady named Carol Teitelbaum. She's a specialist with DID, and it takes a specialist because not a lot of people understand it. My child's father understands it, but was it alcohol or hard drugs your addiction? Methamphetamines, hard drugs. So my child's father is someone that understands it. I got fortunate there, but so what happens is someone asks me a question and I don't have that memory. I've been in therapy enough to know that I gotta search. It's hard to explain, but I gotta like search through my brain for where that answer is. Okay, now I'm highly intelligent. I have a very high IQ, and a lot of people with DID have very high IQs. We're entrepreneurs and we're very successful, but what's happening inside of our brain is we're trying to find where is that, what alter has that memory. Sometimes some memories are shared and some is not. It's like your personality, it's fragmented from the trauma. That's how, as a child, if you and this isn't the only way to get it, but it's a very common cause. If you experience trauma as a child, then there can be a split. All right, so you go into this state and it helps to protect you from these memories. And so that's what happened. I got DID from the trauma that happened as a child. And what happens in my brain, a lot of people will say, hey, I'm high or stuff like that. I'm not. I still have dissociative disorder. Some people choose to combine their personalities, what they call it. But I choose to stay just like I am because that's how I know how to function. So I still have dissociative identity disorder, and I have no intentions on changing anything about it. I can manage it, so it's fine. It's a complicated diagnosis, yet
Mm,
fascinating. It's complicated.
okay,
Mhm.
this oh,
It's complicated.
okay.
But to get most people, a lot of people will, I can't think of the word right now, and it's weird that I can't think of it. But again, I choose to just live with the different personalities. Yeah.
Did y'all block? Did I was able to get them? Thank you, Myra, for getting them. Okay.
Integrating. That's it. Integrating. That's the word for thinker.
Integration.
Yeah, I choose not. I
Okay.
chose because that could be treatment if you integrate the personalities. I said no. A lot of them I did if they weren't part of my core personality, but no, I'm fine just like this. I love the energy, and hey, I'm just gonna have to be your
That's
different
good.
friend that
That's
has
good.
this diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. So, do anybody have any more questions for Miss Understood? This was so nice. 'Cause I don't want to hold her, you guys, because she do got the like she's in the California time, and she do have her children with her and stuff. So I want her to go. Plus, she got to go get with her man and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to take Don Cato's time. I took thank him.
Hey,
Just tell
Dr.
Don Cato
Kato.
I said thank you for
Yeah,
letting me. You know,
I forgot
'cause you.
Mother's Day weekend, and my daughter has prom tomorrow, so I may not see him this weekend. But
Oh, that's
um,
right. I forgot prom tomorrow for your daughter. Yep,
prom
yep.
tomorrow.
I
Oh my
forgot.
goodness,
'Cause my
seeing her in that
grandson had prom
dress.
too.
Really? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like they grow up
Oh
so
wow.
fast. I know. I
They
gotta go get her
do.
hair
They
braided
do.
tomorrow. And
Let me show
I was
you
gonna
guys.
get my
Help me.
hair braided, and my daughter was like, "Forget that! I'm getting my hair
Uh-huh.
braided tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So,
Oh, it was so nice to have you here, Miss Understood. I
let me see a
really
picture. Were you gonna
appreciate
show
you
us
for
a
coming
picture of your
up
grandson?
and congratulations.
Thank you. Were you showing us a picture right now of
Yeah,
your
welcome to a
grandson?
picture of my grandson. Yeah, I'm gonna show you this right here. For this is what he made me for Mother's Day, y'all. He brought it home from school today. I was so excited. I'll share it on my community wall. But I had to
Oh,
show it on my show too. So I hope you guys can see it. Can you see it? Is
it's
it showing?
beautiful. It's really
Here we
pretty.
go.
I can see it.
Here we go. Ain't that cute, y'all? He made me a
That's
little
very
plant, and he wrote a little card out for me saying Happy Mother's Day. And I'm gonna plant that little seed, that little packet on tomorrow for him. I thought that was so cute. But I want to
Aw.
show you because this is Mother's Day, y'all, and this is D'Anthony and Champion playing. He had me out there playing football because he's trying to he want to try for football, y'all. So he had me playing football, him and Champion earlier today. This was today, y'all. I said, D'Anthony, I can't play no football. I can really throw a football. So that's him and our
Gorgeous.
puppy Champion. I just wanted to share that with you
Gorgeous.
guys.
Aw.
That's my baby. He's 9 years old today, y'all. I just want to share that. Show
Aw.
y'all that. It was funny. We had fun today. Grandmother and grandson day
That's
today.
sweet.
But yeah, that was beautiful. I just wanted to show you guys that. But I want to again thank you, Miss Understood, for being a guest here for the Overcoming Obstacles. You know what I'm saying? You got 9 days in your year. Your year of
I'm
sorority
so
is here, will be here. And I'm so excited for you. And you guys, watch out because she is going to do something. Gonna do something. It's next Sunday sometime. I don't know what time she's gonna come out and she's gonna do it, but she is coming out on to do something to celebrate. I said she gotta come out for an hour. She got to celebrate that day. That's a special day for her. And I'm gonna be there and help her and celebrate her, you guys. So save the date. I don't know what time she's gonna come on, but she's coming on Sunday. That's her anniversary. 1 year, you guys. 1 year without relapsing. Let's give her
yes.
a hand. It's coming up.
Yay. Thank you, sis. I
Yes, she's
appreciate
9 years old, 2300. I had him since 18 months. You're so welcome. So, there's any last words that you wants to say before you
I just
drop
want to
down?
say, thank you for. Oh wait, let me come on camera for that because I want to. Oh God, hold on. Don't be mad at me. I know I look a mess. Thank you for having me up, sis. I really appreciate you. I love you so much. I'm excited to hit my year in sobriety. It means a lot, and
Love
it
you
really means a
too.
lot that you wanted to help share my story. I appreciate you so much, and I just wanted to say thank you. Bye bye.
You so welcome. You so welcome. Thanks for being here. You know I love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you.
I love you too, sis.
So
Jumping
you
in your
guys,
chat.
thank you guys all for coming here. I'm gonna give my last afterthought thoughts real quick. Just don't give up, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because taking too much math or using math in a combination with other substance, um it can lead you to death. Okay, so if you really need some help, you guys, you really want to get off, you can do it. It's all in your mind. It's all what you want to do. Call the nearest, call someone in your city. Call any 1-800 number. Would definitely would direct you to a place in your own town. Okay, so don't give up. All drugs is bad. I don't care what drugs it is. Ain't no drug is better than the next drug. Okay, so let's leave it all alone. Okay, and if you really want to get off, you can. Okay, so again, thank you guys for tuning in and listening. To Misunderstood, with her overcoming what she overcome. You know what I'm saying? She's doing great. So I thank her again so much. Hey, Myron, I'm glad you came through. Peace and blessing to you. Hey, Team Angel, thank you for coming through. So just keep that in mind. If you know anybody that is on drugs and they really want to, get off, talk to them. Talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And send them to the right place. Okay. And I want to say this real quick. I know Lady Nika went live earlier today. It's a new drug. It's new to me because my first time of hearing it. I forgot the name of it, but I think they call it a zombie drug. And what this drug do when you get addicted, it eats your skin away. You go watch Lady Nika, probably the first half hour. It's up in there somewhere where she showed pictures when she was talking about it. Oh, and she even dropped the guy's link down. I forgot to grab it because I got a phone call. You know how you get phone calls and you get distracted. So what I did was able to watch the first half hour of that. It's the drug got a name to it, but they was calling it zombie drug. It's a new drug. Do not know if it hit. I don't think it hit my city yet here in my state yet, but it is out there, so it's probably coming. And I guess you get addicted to it real quick. But when you start, you lose body parts. They said with this type of drug, you're gonna end up losing body parts and it eats your skin alive. Okay. So please go check out Lady Nika. She came on live today, this morning sometime. Okay. Like around, I don't know. She came on live today earlier. Within the first half hour, she was talking about that particular drug. Okay. So please go check her out. Okay, let me go. Before I go, let me go over and grab her. Let me go grab her link real quick. Let me go grab her link real quick. That way you guys can see. So you guys can look at the first half hour. I want you guys, because these drugs is terrible. They are very terrible here, and I'm trying not to let her play. Okay, I'm gonna drop her link. I know it's the first half hour. I was in her through her whole live, but please go at least go watch the first half hour of it. Okay, and that way you can hold on. Let me get back to my YouTube channel. Okay, hold on, you guys. Channel, my channel. Mm-mm. Okay, hold on, real quick. Real quick. I'm gonna drop it right now. You guys had to go back to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit this link, and that I go there listen to you guys. Please go check out this. She even showed pictures and stuff on her in that live. Also the name of the person who she got it from in that live as well. Okay, so that's Lady Nika link that I just dropped. I do support her. I am a member in her live as well. So I know it's the first 30 minutes, you guys. You go ahead and click that link real quick, and on your free time. That way you can get the name of the drug and see the scans, the body parts that's coming off these people. It's very sad. It's very sad. Okay, but so I finna go ahead and get up out of here, you guys, because I'm only but an hour, so y'all done got me past the hour. But real quick, I'll make a quick announcement, real quick, then we're gonna get up out of here. I want to go ahead and shout out my next overcoming obstacles. We're gonna be talking about the um what are we going to talk about next? Heroin. Okay, we're going to talk about that on May the 26th. Okay, and that is the the fourth dangerous drug in the United States, and it's the fifth dangerous drug in the world. Okay, so we were talking about that on May 26th. So you guys can go ahead and save that date. Okay, and real quick, I want you guys to go ahead and we going on the cruise on September 15th through September 21st of 2024. It's the Victorious Kings and Queens because we are victorious. We are victorious, you guys. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun. So please, we going on a Carnival cruise. You guys, we gotta be going to different we're going to the Bahamas that day. We're going to Dominican Republic, and we're going to Turks. Okay, we're going to three different islands that day. It's rooms available. Okay, go ahead and call and get your room booked. Go ahead and call, talk to Carmen or any other agent. The number is 1-800. Let me post this up real quick, you guys. I always forget to post it up. Let me go ahead and post it up. Because I always forget. I want to do mine first because I always forget to post mine up and I get to just be talking. Okay. And why it's going so slow? Well, just popping up. 1 second, you guys. Let me go on my phone because like this is going slow. It's not popping up for some reason. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, we're going to Grand Turks, to the Bahamas, and to the Dominican Republic. Okay, and the boat is going to leave at 3:30 on that day. It's going to leave at 3:30 on that day. For some reason, I cannot get it up, you guys. So I'm just going to just read what I got, here because it's too slow coming up. Okay, there are interior rooms, ocean view rooms, balconies, and suites. Okay, again, call for the booking number and ask for Carmen at 1-800 um 596-0451 extension 33382. Okay. If you don't get a hold of Carmen, you can talk to any agent there. The booking number is 44285357. It's a 6 days, a 6-night cruise, you guys. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You not want to miss it. They got so much activities that's going to be going on during the whole 6 days. So I definitely want to tell you guys to bring us up to red and blue. There's going to have a red and blue night. Okay. I know Carmen did tell us that. Just get with Carmen. She know all the information, you guys. We're going to be departing Miami, Florida at 3:30 p.m. on September the 15th. Okay. So that means that there's going to have a shuttle bus to go pick you up. Gonna start at 10 o'clock. They only gonna go out 3 times to pick you up from the airport to bring you to the port. Okay, and they're gonna start at 10 o'clock. The last shuttle bus will be there at 12:30. That's the last one. So when you make your flight reservations, make sure you want to get there before 12:30. Okay, I don't think the rooms are going to be available until 1 o'clock. I believe that time. But like I said, talk to Carmen, and she will give you all the information. Okay, and also Trees Mutation 2023 is definitely coming up. There is also in September. It's September the 29th through October the 2nd. There's the 3-day cruise. Okay, they just going to hold on. Um they're going to Bahamas too. Okay, so they leaving there. I don't know what time the airport is going to leave. So once you call and book their information, which their numbers, the Trees and Mutation number is 866-721-3225, and their group number is N9N1D2. Okay, and they cabins starting off with 379.70, and their Ocean View balcony is starting off with 451.70. It's a 3-night cruise. So you want to go meet Trees and Misunderstood? Go ahead and book your cruise now. I know the first booking was due April 29th, which was $50. So the next booking, the next come on, the next group. Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. It keeps sliding up and down. The next deposit of $100 is due by June 1st. Okay, so that means by June 1st, you do your first $50. You probably had to put 150 down by June 1st. But the remaining balance of your cruise is due by July the 17th for the trees communication. Okay, ours is not due until next year. Okay, so ours also September, but it's September 2024. So you got a whole year and a half to pay for your cruise, you guys. You get the rooms that you want. Okay, so come on, let's go have some fun. You got two awesome cruises gonna be it's going. You know what I'm saying? You can't make it this year, you can definitely make it next year. Okay, so I think that's about it. I think this live is over with. So thank you everybody for coming through. Hey Scorpio lady. Hey, peace and blessing. If you miss it, let's go red ball it back because misunderstood. She told her story. And don't forget to come and check her out on her anniversary, you guys. Let's go over there and celebrate with her on next Sunday. She have a whole year. She have a whole year, and I want to be a part of that year, in her life on that day. Okay. So I am out, you guys. I see you around these YouTube streets. Good night. Later. I am out. Whew, Lord, that was a lot. Hope I ain't forgetting nothing, y'all. I hope I didn't forget nothing. I hate when I forget stuff. But make sure you don't forget to go sign up. Okay. Okay, that's Tree's Communication. I just posted. That's Victoria's Kings and Queens. That's hosted by myself and Mama Chosen. You can go check out my community wall. I definitely have my flyer on my Victoria's Kings and Queens there. Okay. Good night, you guys. Peace out. Much love. See you soon.